Hey guys, Rarity Legends. Welcome to the video. Glad to have you all here with me today. Sending some love, some positive vibes your way, especially if you need it out there today. A little teaser to start the video. I have my mythical relic material, my mats from Live Arena. My first shot at a mythical relic on my account, my first real shot. And I'm going to record this after this video on my Raid Shadow Legends Guides YouTube channel. If you guys want to check that out, I'll also link it for you guys in the description in the pinned comment of this video. But today, we're not here to look at that, although I'm almost scared at you guys ever do that? I've never crafted mythical material. I have 67 from Chimera right now, but even on legendaries, I get a little nervous. It just takes so long to get this stuff. But, you know, a segue, not a natural segue, but a segue nonetheless, from relics and Live Arena is going to be the topic of today's video, and that is PvP, Arena in general. Who are the top 10 in the opinion, the humble opinion of yours truly, in the arena for every rarity in the game? Now, I'm going to try not to make this a 2-hour-long video, or even an hour-long video, or even a half an hour. Oh, no. Maybe that's asking too much, huh? And I want to go through all these champions quickly, so it's not going to be a robust, kind of in-depth guide. I'm not going to read everything that all of these champions do, because we have 40 on the list. Actually, you know, I want to give a few uncommon, or actually a few common shout-outs. To be very clear, these champions are not good, and they're not worth maxing out. I want to be very abundantly clear. But if you want to troll a little bit, I got a few faves. Commons, that's right, common. Sister Militant, Sacred Order common champion. She's... book her out. She's worth your common books. She's got an AoE called Wild Swing. That's all she's got, literally.
This is all I got. Don't take my baby, okay?
You can put her in stun set and stone skin and troll your opponents with stun CC on Sister Militant. Again, these are not good, but they're fun, you know? How about not Death Knight? Sorry, bro. Sorry, UDK, or you DK. But Death Hound, the Death Hound. Why is he worth noting here? He's my favorite, my second favorite common. Is that even a thing? His neck bite is actually ignore shield, ignore block damage, and ignores 100% of the enemy defense with his A1 neck bite. That's right, his A1 ignores 100% defense, shield, and block damage. It's a noteworthy A1, but it doesn't hit hard at all. I mean, his attack is at 914 on an attack-based champion. But, you know, a little trivia for you guys. Commons, excuse me, who have a little bit of something. All right, so I ranked these champions because it's an Ash video. Of course, I'm going to rank these champions. Let's start out with rare number 10. And that is going to be Longsword Turox. Why am I a nice revenant? Because he is a nice revenant, Ash. That's why you're there, bro. He's a very interesting champion. How come I can't find him? Golly. He's a very interesting champion who was added last year to the game. I really like him. He's defense-based, so he's tanky for a rare champion. That's important. He has an increased defense on himself and a provoke on enemies on an AoE on a 3-turn cooldown. Now, it's not the best provoke out there. That'd be Gnarlhorn for rares, but it's a decent amount of damage. He brings his own damage escalation, and he's got control. He's got a cool passive that preempts his death or places a block damage, a la Siegfried. Siegfried and Longsword Turox, same conversation. Then he has leeches on his A1, so he's number 10. Number 9 is going to be an old school Bellower. Bellower's just there to smack. Lay the smack down with AoEs on every ability. His best ability I love is maybe him in a little blender action, or maybe just him with a control block active skills on his A1. And all of his abilities hit decently hard as well. So he can be your nuker and your debuffer and your control all in one at number 9. At number 8 is going to be campaign farmable War Maiden. Good old War Maiden has less clothes than even I do right now. It is hot right now. My son in my office left the portable heater on overnight. Don't tell the landlord. So, because my heat in the building was off, so we had a portable, and he left it on overnight, and it's like 87 degrees. I feel like I'm sweltering on the beaches of Miami or something right now. Anyway, so if I start sweating, it's not because of War Maiden. Or is it? We have an AoE decreased defense. She's the rare. She's the Force Affinity rare to be your decreased defense, a champion, and bring some damage too, especially in the early game, and she's easy to get your hands on. Number 7 on the list is going to be one of my faves. You guys know it, Kurzad Depart. I love this little fella, man. This A3 ability is money for the arena. An opening move, just set up your control champions. Build them fast, maybe not as a nuker. Early game. Increase accuracy, big version on all allies for 2 turn. Come on. He was the first increased accuracy on an AoE champion to be added to the game. A rare was the first. The real first on a single target was, anybody know? Stagnite on his passive. Anyway, he brings increased accuracy, which is huge in the early game, especially to get that accuracy up significantly. And he brings his decreased defense on the same ability. You can get Nature's Bounty to upgrade that to the big version, potentially, of the decreased defense. So really, really strong opening move, especially for a rare champion. And he barely needs any books.
Holding on to your big pile of books.
All right, number 6 rare on the list, guys, is going to be Doom Screech. Doom Screech was so tough to rank. He could be number 1, right? Or he could be not even on the list. He has the Warning Screech. This is the best turn meter fill you're going to find by any rare in the game. No one's even close, okay? He's also one of the only 2 rares in the game to bring an increased defense on all allies. Big version, 3-turn cooldown. Marked is the other one. She brings block debuffs for 1 turn. He brings that massive turn meter fill. He's like the little brother of Seeker, who we'll be giving a shout out to in the epic section of today's video. But man, he can be, you put him in your best speed gear before you have an Arbiter, right? And he can be an amazing turn meter booster in the early game. You can even run him at level 50. You don't need to max him out to level 60 to even really get masteries on him. Just build him with your best speed gear and it'll help you out. Be a great, competent speed booster in the arena in the early game. You just want to pair him with somebody with a speed aura. Number 5 on the list is going to be a Demon Spawn. Defense-based nuker. For my money, Marquez. I want to make sure I mean this. Yeah, I think Marquez is the best AoE nuker out of any rare. Even better than like El Haynes in the starting champions in the arena. Crush the weak, nothing hits like this from any rare out there. I will give an honorable mention to Candleguard, the little dwarf Candleguard. She's got like Candleguard hands. I feel super bad for her. A lot of burns. She's actually a pretty competent nuker in her own right, but anyway, I digress. She's a defense-based nuker, Marquez. You set her up with a weakened champion. One of my favorites is Ryan the Conjurer, who's a Doom Tower farmable epic champion because she removes buffs and she places weakened. We get extra damage if they're under weakened. That damage is significant, okay? Crush the Weak is one of the hardest hitting rare abilities out there. And from a defense-based nuker, nonetheless. She's 89 on the speed, very slow. She does have 100% freeze as well on her A3, which can be nice for control on her second move if you don't kill everybody. Number 4 on the list is going to be a dwarf. Look at since we're here, let's look at Candleguard's. Look at her poor... She looks so miserable. I'm so sorry about what happened to your hands, Candleguard. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about it.
Give me my hands, man.
All right. Anyway, what we're talking about, oh yeah. Number 4 on the list is actually Painsmith. Listen, for a rare to crack your arena team, you need a reason, right? You need a reason. And he brings a block revive on a hard-hitting ability. He is void, so a little bit more difficult to get, but hey, if you're going to have a rare on your team, might as well be a rare that can make a massive difference. I thought about putting Painsmith even in the top 3, man, because he attacks one enemy. I think it's a 3-turn cooldown. I want to say this is a 5.9 multiplier. Really solid. Block revive. Plays a block debuffs on this champion. If the attack kills an enemy, sure, whatever. Damage increased by 15. The target has no active buffs on the helpless victim. Decent multipliers on that A3 as well. But yeah, man, he's very niche, but man, that one niche thing that he does is very good. Number 3 on the list is going to be a barbarian. Can anybody guess who? It's not War Maiden. We talked about her. It's Soulbound Bowyer. Man, she's great. You can put her in AoE in the stun set with Fearsome Presence. You can use her everywhere in that. Wave control, secret rooms, you name it, right? She's going to get a lot of play, a lot of action, especially in secret rooms of Doom Tower. But she's also great in the arena. Again, I like her in a stun set still for the AoE on the A1. Her whole kit is easy to build because you only have to build her with 75% crit rate. Thus, you can put her in crit damage on the gauntlets. Sorry, I was getting choked up there talking about Soul Bond. I think I'm still thinking about poor Candleguard. But yeah, anyway, she has a 75% ignore defense ability. That's insane. That's insane. Multipliers are not huge on that, but still, yeah, 100% ignore defense is 100% ignore defense. I'm looking at you, Death Hound. Soulbound Shot also fully depletes the target's turn meter on the A3, so a lot of damage, a lot of control in that kit. Now, number 2, people are going to think I'm absolutely crazy on this one, but it's actually a campaign farmable, the one that no one ever talks about from the last stage of campaign, and it's Diabolist. I really like Diabolist a lot. The positive charge ability doesn't look like much, especially to a new player, right? The untrained eye. But the fill the turn meter by 15% while we decrease the turn meter of the enemy by 15% is a magical ability, right? It's the perfect table setter. And what really puts her over the top is she's one of the fastest rares in the entire game at 110 speed, which is exactly what we want from our turn meter booster and manipulator, right? She also brings an increased speed on the entire team. Now, unfortunately, it's not on the same ability a la Energize in a Lysandra or a Shuzen, but she's a rare and a campaign farmable one at that. What do you want from her? She's great. She's a really solid control. She has a minuscule chance of placing a sleep for some extra control on that A1 as well. Number 1 on the list is going to be good old Apothecary. Apothecary is still number 1 on my list. I like Apothecary a lot. He's a very good healer with his A2 on a 2-turn cooldown, can be critical, and you get the increased speed and the turn meter boost. You guys know, if you don't know by now, you'll know by the end of the video, I'm a huge fan of turn meter manipulation. Obviously, I love control. I try to play as many control champions, build as many control champions as I possibly can on my account. So Apothecary is going to be your perfect table setter with the boon of speed. I used him back in the day. Odds are you did too if you're a veteran, or maybe you're using him right now still as we speak, and there's nothing wrong with that. Epic time. Let's go to Sylvan Watchers. Man, I'm putting Dirty Diana at number 10. I also love ally attackers in this game. Dirty Diana is awesome. She's my favorite blender. She just beats out Ferric and the Fat. I think the Ferric and the Fat, to be clear, is way better than Dirty Diana in every other area of the game except for the arena, so I gave Diana the 10 spot. She has this ally attack, a Moonlight, Ambush Escapade or Ambush. I can't do both of them, right?
I never asked you to do that.
Teams up with 2 allies to attack an enemy, but if they're under a decreased defense, she has on her A1. These attacks will ignore 20% of the target's defense. That's really nasty and very unique. She also has a hard-hitting A3 in her kit. She's at number 10. Number 9 is a throwback and old school. I thought long and hard about this one. Am I getting too cute here on Luria? Really? Luria? You never really see her in the arena. But I stand by my choice because she has an AoE freeze at a 75% clip, which is really solid, especially for an epic, but she has a block revive. As we already know by now, I love block revive, and it's a difference maker. Block revive champions, they have to be responded to, right? I'm thinking live arena. You can't just let them go unchecked. An AoE block revive is an AoE block revive. They're the easiest type of champions to underestimate in the arena. Take advantage. You get control and or death. Death that doesn't come back. That's pretty damn good. She also has a remove buff from a target with block buffs, which is actually really solid in this meta as well on her A3 for her second move. Number 8 on the list is going to be Madame Ceres, right next door. Madame Ceres is still amazing. Not used quite as much as it used to be, but she used to be used a ton, like in every team. I remember Platinum back in Halloween of 2019 arena, and I remember almost every freaking team was running Madame Ceres, Arbiter Madame Ceres. It was really a defining moment in meta, in the evolution of meta in Raid back in those days. A buff remover who then went in and set up your nuker with decreased defense. And the same move. That didn't exist in the game. Thus, she was better than legendaries even at that role, right? Very good. Great champion. Great A2 as well. She's at number 8. Number 7 is going to be Seeker. I'm actually thinking that maybe I put her a little bit too low, but I can't change things on the fly, so I'm just going to own it. Seeker. Well, Seeker I don't regret at number 7. He's got the best turn meter fill and an increased attack and an extra turn where he can come in and he can provoke on his A1. Amazing champion. He is the dude that I ran before Arbiter as my turn meter booster for a long time. I did a little bit of Apothecary, then I upgraded to Seeker, and then finally I got Arbiter. But man, Seeker, I rode him hard. I love the increased attack and the turn meter fill. That's an Arbias ability. It's half of the Arbias A3, right? That's a mythical Myhical champion, for those who don't know. It's a massive turn meter boost. You come in, you can try to provoke too. She has a nice little fail-safe on that passive. Number 6 is going to be Dark Elhain. I don't have many nukers on this list, but Dark Elhain definitely freaking makes the list. She's a free champion. She's unbelievable against freeze champions, right? And there's a lot of freeze in the meta. We talked about Luria, who's not in the meta, but we talked about her. That has to count for something. But there's a lot of other freeze champions. Lady Noelle, Tormund's back. Freeze is kind of all over the place here. Gurgo the Augur. What is this? Game crashed. Fatal error. Great. Not this game. Get out of here. King Arthur. It's not a sponsored video. Get the hell out of here. Dark Elhain is amazing. She has these auto Death's Majesties. They smack. This ability hits super hard, and the best thing is she's a free champion. If you try to freeze her, she strips it away and she self-buffs instead, man. Really freaking good nuker. She's very dynamic, very cool. I love Dark Elhain. It's awesome that she's a daily login reward. Number 5 is Vogoth. I love Vogoth, man. I don't use many epics in the arena nowadays, but Vogoth is a dude that I will trot out and go second teams because his healing is just really good. It just is. It comes off his passive. He just chills there, sits there like a lump on the log, and just continues to heal your team. He's one of the best healers. He's a good complement to like an all-out go second squad with like a UDK or a Python, whoever you're running. He can also provoke with his A2, which isn't bad. It's a 3-turn cooldown, 75% chance at landing. It's not bad, right? So I actually think that Vogoth is perfect for go seconds, and I really love that guy. Can you tell? Number 4 on the list is going to be Alika. Alika is the best. All apologies to Basher, who I don't have on the list, but honorable mention. But Alika, she has the same lockout disorient. It's a 3-turn cooldown, increase the cooldown of all enemy skills by 2 turns. It's a hard hitting ability, and it's great control, especially from an epic champion. She's Force Affinity 2, so she's good against all the blues out there. High value target is a 50% ignore defense hard hitting ability on a freaking 2-turn cooldown, right? Number 3 is going to shock the world. People are going to give it to me in the comments, but I'm pretty firm in this decision. All right. It's actually Seer. No one runs Seer in the arena. No one runs Seer in the arena. But I gotta be real with you guys. I think you could do a lot worse in epics. I think she's underused. Maybe I'm having her this high just to try to make a point out of everything. But man, what can I say? Let's just read the Karma Burn from a perspective of PvP instead of PvE speed runs, which is what we think of when we think of Seer. Removes all buffs from all allies and enemies. So we get a buff stripper, right? Yeah, your team too, but enemies. Then attacks all enemies. Damage increases according to the number of removed buffs. Okay? Has a 50% chance of placing his sleep debuffs on all enemies for 1 turn. The chance of placing that sleep debuff increases by 5% for each buff removed. Inflicts less damage to bosses. Okay. So we're going in there and doing a big damage against tanky teams, CFE teams, any team that you catch without a protection set, basically, right? We have a shot at removing all their buffs, right? All their buffs, 50-50 on Stone Skin even, right? Sure, you have to strip away your own buffs, but then if they don't die, you can see them in the same move in sleep. I think it's a strong move, even in the arena. Again, you don't see her that often, but I think she's criminally underrated. You can tell me if I'm absolutely mad putting her that high. Number 2 on the list is going to be Cardinal. Listen, we're looking for an edge. We talked about this when we talked about rare champions, right? We're looking for that edge. If we're going to run an epic, especially as you get closer to the end game, we want something special, something pretty unique about that champion. Otherwise, why aren't we choosing legendaries, again, if you're already in the end game? Well, Cardinal has that on Redemption. She's going to revive everybody. They're going to have a max turn meter, meaning that they're guaranteed to go next. That can be the difference maker, the game changer, the edge that you need to win matches that otherwise you shouldn't or wouldn't have. So Cardinal has that. I can't get Seer off my mind. But yeah, I mean, I think she's incredible, and I think she's amazing, and I think she's really underrated because she's so old, and, you know, we all know about Cardinal. Number 1 on the list is going to be Fenix. Yeah, I love a good old block revive, and he's got it. This guy is such a threat, man. I mean, he's the only champion. Right now, I'm top 50 live arena seasons. Don't look at my win rate, just look at my total. I'm actually, honestly, I'm learning a ton going against only the top, 20, 30 players I feel like on repeat. I'm learning a lot through my losses, and I can tolerate a lot. Anyway, I played Raid Shadow Legends. I can tolerate a lot, right? I'm sure you can empathize.
Oh, definitely not.
Put down is an amazing ability on an ally attack team. It's money. It's so freaking good. It hits so hard. Extra hit if they have any debuffs, and then you put them literally down, man. It's so good. And he's Spirit Affinity, which generally isn't a good thing, but there's so many pesky some Wukongs that just keep coming back, but not with Fennex on the team, or UDKs that take forever to kill, not with a Spirit Affinity hard-hitting Fennex on the team, right? And he's a champion you can put against lockout champions, and it doesn't matter if you lock out as A2 or as A3, you can't lock out his put down, and that's the biggest threat that has to be responded to. He's kind of like an epic version of Mezimel, right? Not quite as good, but still a threat on the battlefield. Yeah, Fennex is my number one. Who did I snub here? There's a lot of other good options that could have, easily made the list, but you guys let me know who your favorite was. It's legendary time. There's going to be a billion snubs because every rarity that we get to, ending with mythical, is going to be even more challenging because there's so many awesome options, right? So there's going to be a lot of snubs. I'm just obviously telling you guys that. I'm judging this from here on out, based on sheer volume. I'm so old school that I have like a tally mark. I'm sure I could put this in a spreadsheet or something, right? But I had a little tally people on a note paper every time I saw a champion for 400 battles. Okay, so I'm basing this in a big part on frequency of usage. Anyway, in the end game, so take that into consideration. Number 10 is going to be a champion I don't have, and boy, I hate him. Volcanos Fumer. He is the Demon Lord Unity champion, and this guy is just absolutely nasty. Absolutely nasty. Whenever an enemy receives a buff or has their turn meter increase, there's a 50% chance to place a burn on that enemy for 2 turns. If that enemy already has a burn, 50% chance to instantly activate that instead. 70% booked. That's all you need to know. Sure, he gets better and he blocks revive and all this other baloney, but even alone on the surging demon fire, whatever. It's such a powerful move. He hits incredibly hard. He has unresistible fear under burn. Just great synergy. Is a threat without even making a move, right? With the passive. Very, very good champion. I put him on, like, if anything, I'll give a quick 2-way tie and cheat. With Sulfurion, right? Sulfurion is one of the best stone skin crackers out there in the game with the burn activation, and that busted passive with the revive and the extra turn. Just insanely good speed. Our turn meter booster, right? On top of everything else that he's doing. He's definitely right there with Volcanos at the number 10 spot. At the number 9 spot, we have another champion I don't have. It's Queen of Hearts. I'm seeing more and more Queen of Hearts every single day. Very, very nasty ally attacker. She has a remove all buffs from all enemies ability, then place the death band, and then places, or brand, and then places the true fear, fills turn meter as well, teams up with all allies, before attacking brings the increased attack. Only other champion that does that is Mikage. Decrease the cooldown of champions off with their heads, the target's killed. That goes into more buff removal on her A2. It's insane. For every 10 buffs on the enemy team, grants this champion an extra turn. That means if you're not paying attention, you trigger a Marius or a Gizmak or whomever and get all those buffs, she'll just cut right in line, even if you have an extra turn ability, and she'll change everything up. She'll remove all those buffs instead, or she'll ally attack and kill you. Very good champion. Didn't even talk about her AoE on the A1 as well. Number 9 on the list. From here on out, guys, I mean, it's impossible to grade here. It's nearly impossible. Depends on what you need. But Harima. Harima's number 8. But she's number 1 in my heart, man. I mean, I think she is on my account, I think she's my 3rd most used legendary in the arena, right? And that's saying a lot. I use a lot of legendaries. Just getting this passive, really. Enemy ignore defense are decreased by 50%. She's really one of the only responses in the meta to Marius, who's everywhere, right? Every arena team. And mitigating 50% ignore defense helps you stay alive, right? Helps you stay alive. So she's great. She has a lot of damage, provoke, control, defense, escalation, you name it. She's fantastic. She comes in at number 8, but I don't feel great about it. All right, number 7. I feel like I don't know. It's a tough one. Number 7. This is another very tough one. It's Fabian. Lord Entertainer Fabian is number 7 on our list. Now, he very well may be number 1 soon, you know? I'm recording this probably a few days before it goes live on YouTube, so I just got him, and not a lot of people have him. Let alone people who have him aren't necessarily running out there and playing him immediately because they don't have blessings, they don't have any empowerment, they don't have the things that can give him the edge, right, to compete with other, especially when you get to the end game. But this guy's kit is absolutely nasty and busted, and who knows, in a few weeks he might be top 5, maybe even top 3.
Here I am down in the sewer, waiting for my turn, just like everybody else.
This ability is just nasty. I mean, the buff removal and the increased cooldown and the extra turn potential. The petrification is so strong. The true fear is busted. And this ghost with the most, the more I play against him, the more annoying this is. Revivers are everywhere in the meta, so whether it's a Myhical or a Sifi, you're going to have to contend with True Fears every time. He's also removing his own debuffs, and unlike, you know, a Crixia, some of the better lockouts out there in the game, he actually has a speed aura on top of all of that. Think about lockouts, Alikas and Bashers and Warlords and Yamekos and Crixias. None of them have speed auras. Fabian does. He's nuts. I feel like I'm an idiot, maybe putting him this low. Number 6 on the list. From here on out, everything gets absolutely crazy in terms of impossible to rank, but it's fun. Timeout. It's Ash from the editing room floor. I don't know what I was on when I recorded this video, frankly. I just don't know. Putting Armand's next on the list, right? I was watching this video before I uploaded it, and I'm like, dude, you can't have Armand's still the quintessential first pick in live arena in every arena team coming in at 6. So I'm crazy. You know, everything I say about the dude is obviously true, but let's bump him up to maybe like number 3, maybe 2 on the list. I think that's more appropriate. Let's move him to number 2 and everybody else down 1. Okay, enjoy your regularly scheduled program. Number 6 is Armand's the Magnificent. So Armand's, you know, he's number 1 in the annoying scale. He's still very heavy usage, but he's fallen a bit because they've introduced a lot of, instead of nerfing him, like everybody's been clamoring for, they went out and they actually introduced a lot of counterplay to him, right? Like relics and stuff like that are able to mitigate some of the Armands. A lot of champions lately, like Fabian, who have cleanses and stuff like that, right? Anyway, still one of the most broken champions ever to be released in Raid Shadow Legends. His kit feels impossible. Like, why did they do this? This is insane. The AoE stun with the extra turn almost, because the turn meter steal along with the sheep that can't be blocked is absolutely bonkers. The control, the speed aura on him as well. He's 6 and I don't feel good about it, but everybody from here on out is amazing. Number 5 on the list is going to be Odin. We don't have to go far on Odin. Odin is everywhere. Void speed in arena battles by 40%. Are you kidding me? It's a just busted ability. The buff removal and the decreased defense, but more importantly, the stun on this A2. Pinpoint's very important. He's susceptible to sheep. Wand of Submission is amazing if you have the legendary artifact. As Guardian Judgment is a really hard-hitting ability. It doesn't need him to be built like a nuker to pull off. He goes in there and bases off their damage, scales it off their damage. If he kills somebody, which he usually does, he revives somebody. And then every 9 turns, we have the block damage on everybody. Every 9 turns in the battle. 9 turns go by that fast. Very fast. He's a beast. He's a beast. All right, number 4 on the list is going to be Sifi, the Lost Bride. So Sifi at number 4 seems criminal as well. And I want to give a big shout out to Rotos. I could almost tie Sifi and Rotos. They just kind of go together, right? Even though Rotos is a threat, even without Sifi on the team. But I tried to gravitate towards control and towards support with some nukers certainly on the list. But I feel like Rotos, like, I don't know. He's still one of my favorites, one of the most powerful guys out there. Sifi, especially with this Whirlwind Romance, there's ways to mitigate this, like Supersonic and Temporal Chains. You do have to be careful with a Sifi, right? But she's still one of the most effective, competent support and revivers out there in the game. She's easy to build super, super fast, and she still has one of the best control abilities on her A1 than any champion in the game, right? Like, you can chain control the match. It's the most slept on, most powerful part of her kit is the Curse of Longing, the A1 on Siphi. And Rhodos is just an absolute menace in the arena. He's a monster. He can take out entire teams, which is saying a lot from a single target nuker. All right, number 3 on the list is going to be a champion who really defines the meta right now, and that is Shuzen the Valorous. Shuzen. She's very fast. She has a speed aura, 30% in the arena, and she has the instant turn, meaning that she is the only fast champion in this game, the only champion in this game, that whoever you want to go next, it could be a Marius, it could be anybody, whoever the most powerful disruptor, it could be a Fenix, you know? She gives them a turn moving at the speed of her. It's not a 20% turn meter boost. It's not a 40 or a 50 or a 70% turn meter boost. It's a cardinal move in a legendary, and they don't have to be dead, meaning you get a turn instantly right now. And that is such a powerful move. It allows you to build control champions with a lot of extra support or a lot of extra protection in Stone Skin or whatever. It allows you to build, more importantly, nukers with all-out nuke, attack percentage or defense percentage or whatever their attack stat is on their boots, all because of this A2 ability. It can cure sheep as well. It sets up attack-based nukers beautifully. She has block active skills on her A1, which is very powerful for controlling mythicals in the game. And she has that amazing charge of the Valorous, the big girl version of what Diabolus we were talking about with her. Fills a turn meter, plays an increased speed, plays a decreased speed, and decreased turn meter of the enemy. All in one ability, increases champion's accuracy equal to the amount of speed they have, makes the threshold of pulling off the A1 and the A2 debuffs even easier. She's so annoying. I go against her just endlessly. Number 2 on the list is going to be Myhical the Unbreakable. Shout out to Taurus as well. Again, there's probably 50 champions that you could have made an argument would belong to the top 10. Narcissus and White Queen, and I can go on and on. But Myhical's number 2. Myhical is, you could make a case she's number 1, right? An amazing heal, an amazing protected strength, and protected buffs are everything right now with so many Mariuses in the meta. And then, you know, the cleanse is great. Obviously, the extra turn potential on the cleanse is fantastic. The A1 is solid. And then the giving all. It's all about this passive. It's not all about the passive. Her whole kit's busted. Super fast. Speed aura. By the way, speed aura is huge on the champion like this. It's nuts. But man, this passive, not only the reviving everybody when she's killed with such a high turn meter, but really the block damage with, when you think about the meta right now, there's a lot of bombs with Cometus and Nishak being in the meta. And there's a lot of burns right now. We talked about Volcanos earlier, but obviously Gizmak is one of the most lethal champions right now in the meta. There's so many champions that have burns or bombs, especially burns, that it's so powerful to have an ability like this on your team. Overall, she's just absolutely insane. Number 1 on the list is going to be Marius. That's right, Marius the Gallant. He's often first pick. He kind of replaced Armand's over time. For a while, it was just Armand's first pick in Live Arena endlessly. But now I'm seeing more Marius's first picks. And for good reason. He's a great control champion with the buff removal, and he's a great killer. He can kill them as well. And a fantastic neutralizer, negator of skills and debuffs and damage and everything else with the amazing Enfeeble on his A1 ability at a 50% land rate. Very good champion. Obviously, self-buffs as well. The stun is annoying with the extra turn as well. The defensive aura, not so important for the arena, but for the arena, 110 base speed. Man, he can set the table for your other nukers, or he can beat your nuker. He's just next level. He's the best, one of the best champions in the game, if not the best. He's definitely the most used right now that I see. So he's number 1. All right, mythical time, guys. I want to start out with a shout out here. First of all, I am a firm believer, I'll get hate for this for sure, but I'm saying it like I see it. I think that a lot of mythical, even if you have what you think is a really crappy mythical, right? I think that they're very good and very underrated just as a whole, even in the arena. Let me give you a quick example here, right? Nell, right? Nell Blackteeth. If you look at her arena rankings, a 3.1 inside the game, if you go on websites, she's ranked very, very poorly. Let me tell you something about Nell. She's a threat in the arena. She really, truly is, especially against lockouts, because you lock out her base form. She can change to her alternate form. She can go in there, do extra damage against CC targets. You just need to set her up with a CC champion, like an Odin or an Armand's. There's a million of them there. It works with True Fear too. So a Fabian, for example, right? You set her up. If a target's killed, instantly activates her hard-hitting AoE with a True Fear that can't be resisted or blocked by enemies less than 50% HP. She hits very hard. Whenever this champion kills an enemy using an active skill, she gets an extra turn. So you just keep going with her turns. Whew. Yeah, and that's a crappy mythical. She's not even on the list.
What the hell?
I want to give another shout out. I've seen this champion a few times. It's Theodosia the Disgraced. And I've seen mixed reviews on her. I've seen a lot of people down on this champion. I actually think she's a very, very, very good champion. Just don't see a lot of her right now because not many people have her. And because if they do have her, they're probably not running her without the blessing and whatnot, as she's brand new to the game. But she's busted. I think she's really, really strong, right? She got every 7 turns, equalizes HP of all levels. Basically, every 7 turns, she's giving this massive heal, right? Receive less damage for HP loss while they're on the team. She revives. She cleanses. She perfect veils. She stone skins herself. She heals on her A1. And that's only her base form. She steals all buffs from all enemies. Block buffs, decrease defense. She's got a sleep and a decreased speed. For 2 turns on all enemies on the decreased speed, 1 on the sleep. Decreased turn meter of all enemies on the same ability. She's something. This champion's immune to block active skill debuffs as well. Oh, man. I think she's going to be on the list, but I really don't want to rate a brand new champion that I've never actually, seen anybody play on stream or anything, but a massive honorable mention. Same thing with Embreeze. At the time of this recording, nobody has this dude, but I think he would definitely fall into the top 10. He has one of the coolest kits that I think they've released in this game. I really can't wait to get my hands on him, even though it's going to be a while for everybody. All right, number 10 is going to be Alaz. I'll be brief here because we could be here all day talking about all these mythical champions, but I'll try to encompass what makes them so good in a sentence or 2 or 10. Alaz, one of the hardest hitting nukes in the game with Rolling Thunder. It can absolutely just wipe teams off, erase them, delete button off the arena. And he brings his own increased defense, not only for himself, but for everybody. So he can set up like a Harima or whoever on your team as well. And then he has this provoke with a counterattack on all allies for 2 turns. A great response for a Siegfried, or a great response for a Taurus. Really, really good move with the control there as well. I will say that usually we use him mainly in his main form, but his alternate A1 actually hits pretty hard, as well as his A2, and he can come in there in heal on a pinch. So you can kind of switch to that second form, I should say, when you need it. Number 9, it feels criminal to rank this champion so low, but it feels criminal to rank all these champions so low, frankly. And it's actually Carnage. Carnage is very good. I've been seeing more and more and more and more of Carnage, it seems like every day. He's got the best speed aura in the game for the arena. That's massive to start with. But he's one of the best, more complex, I guess, champions out there. He's stealing buffs. He's removing buffs. He's taking extra turns. He's stealing turn meter. Most importantly, he's blocking passive skills, which can neutralize almost every mythical in this game, almost every strong legendary in this game, and not many champions have it. He does. He's exceptionally good, and then he can nuke on his alternate form as well. He ignores shield as well. He has block revive if they're under 3 debuffs, which isn't that hard to do on his base form. He's really incredible, and again, I feel kind of silly even putting him at number 9, but I feel silly about the next one and the one after that too. Crixius at number 8. Crixius is one of my favorites, so I'm biased in favor of her, but I will say that there's just more options out there. Look at Lord Fabian, for example, right? Things have changed since she was one of the first mythicals introduced to the game. She's still insanely good, right? I'm not trying to say Fabian's better than her, to be very clear, right? She has the reset cooldowns by 3 turns and the buff removal. She doesn't have the extra turn chances as Fabian does, but she brings a lot to the table. She's immune to stun, which is amazing for Armands. She has a full cleanse, which is great if you're against another lockout champion. You can switch to her alternate form and cleanse the team. You can build her in high resist, or you can build her all out speed to cleanse the rest of your team. You can go in there and block debuffs, turn meter fill, turn meter decrease on the alternate form as well. She's a really cool champion. champion. Very, very good mythical. Very fast as well, just like every mythical out there in the game. Number 7, this feels criminal, is Gizmak the Terrible. Gizmak is a beast. But the reason he's number 7 and not higher on the list, because he is one of the strongest champions out there in the entire game. He has this amazing extra turn buffing ability to the entire team. He's a great stone skin destroyer with his A2 ability. He's placing burns that can't be resisted, right? And then he has this amazing alternate form, the decreased defense, the big hard kaboom double hit, the pain link he brings with the annoying taunt with the unkillable as well. He can ignore block damage, so a great response to an Odin, for example, or a Siegfried off his passive. He can ignore shields when attacking enemies under burns. He's doing more damage to enemies not under burns, which is nice as well. He's amazing. The only reason he's not a little bit higher is there are Marichkas out there. Even Marichka is not a perfect, by the way, counter to Gizmak. He's that good, but he's a little bit, polymorph. You really need to make sure you're building this guy with a game plan, interception, wand of submissions, and, banning Marichkas and whatnot. You got to be careful with a Gizmak. But overall, he's just one of the best champions out there in the game. Things continue to get crazy here at number 6, where I'm going to give Lazarius. Lazarius is insane. One of the fastest champions with the speed aura. He might deserve to be ranked higher just because of that speed aura. It's so nice to have him in that role. He can be your turn meter booster. He can set up other attack-based champions with an increased attack. He manipulates turn meter on the enemy team. Have to be very careful against a Marius with him. Because again, this A3 ability, you do not want to be decreasing the turn meter of Marius. But Nesta Viper is a great opening move, a chance at removing Stone Skin. And he has that revive built into the same kit on his base form. The revive whenever he takes a turn. Very strong. His alternate form, he's a very competent nuker, especially against lockouts. He can switch forms, go in there with that AoE, hard-hitting ability. He's self-buffing as well. Turn meter steal on his A3. So very, very strong champion. Just amazing. One of the best at number 6. Number 5 on the list is going to be Arbias. Arbias is probably the best speed lead in the game right now. It's certainly the one that I see the most. This ability, Harmonious Whisper, is just so good. Having the increased attack, the 30% turn meter fill, and the increased accuracy on all allies is very, very good. She's 115, so one of the fastest champions in the game as well, with the speed aura in addition to that at 25%. What makes her so incredible is not only is she great as an opener, one of the best openers in the game, but also she does so much else of value. She petrifies with her passive based on allies attacked while under revive on death, which she brings. She removes all buffs from all enemies. She increases the duration of all ally buffs. She has an AoE block active skills to neutralize mythicals on her A1 ability. On her alternate form, she has a continuous heal with a taunt and a stone skin, so she's tough to get rid of. She's great to neutralize all the strong magic affinity nukers out there in the game as well, being force and being so tanky with Aurora the Mistwood. She's healing the rest of your team as well. When attacked, she's decreasing speed. She's decreasing the damage taken by all allies by skills by 20% as well. This champion will take that damage instead, where she's under stone skin. It doesn't matter. Man, she's really good. Really good. All right, number 4 is going to be probably my second most wanted champion in the game. Can anybody guess? It's Kamitas. Kamitas' Dark Smile is just nuts. He's like one of the most banned champions in the game, and for good reason. He has a great put target skills on cooldown, steal their entire turn meter, remove all buffs from all enemies, block active skills. This is his form that we don't even talk about, that no one really even uses that much, because his other form, his alternate form, is so busted. Being on the alternate side of things, you build him with a lot of HP, even against lockouts, you can't neutralize him. Being on the alternate form again, he's placing the bombs and then activating the bombs. Stun on enemies who have their bombs detonated by this skill, as if you need it, right? You gotta hope for a Marichka, or maybe a Star Sage Galathier. There's not many responses to a Kamitas, right? Very, very strong option. One of the most feared champions, certainly in the arena. Number 3. Might shock some of you guys, because I think he's one of the best champions in the game, if not the best champion, but just in the arena. It's Star Sage Galathier. I'm saying it like it's a bad thing. He's number 3 in the game, Ash. Star Sage Galathier is just the real deal when it comes to support and control. Both of his kits on his base form and his alternate form are so strong in this game, in some of the best examples of these types of skills, right? He's got a cleanse, a heal, a turn meter fill, a block debuffs on all allies on a 3-turn cooldown. He's got an AoE revive with a perfect veil. He's got a prevent death mechanic in his kit, right? That's his base form. He has turn meter fill on an AoE on his A1. On his alternate form, he's removing all buffs and placing a block active skills. Won't trigger counterattacks, such a strong control ability, especially against mythicals, and great for buff removal. He also has an increased accuracy on all allies and a stun on all enemies with a decreased resistance. Such a powerful champion. Amazing. He has escalation on his resistance, on his accuracy as well. He's just so annoying to deal with because you're either looking at one of the best revivers and cleansers, or you're looking at one of the best control champions. Pick your poison. Number 2 in the game is going to be the best nuker in the game, is Siegfried the Nephilim. Siegfried is absolutely insane after his buff about 6 months ago. He's dominating the arena. You don't have to build him in Stone Skin to start because he has his own preempt fatal hit with the block damage. I think that Feral is probably the number 1 choice with block damage, maybe a lightning cage, merciless gear on him, lethal, obviously, cruel, savage, whatever. You can build him in so many different ways with that preempt death with the block damage that he has on his passive. He has the Seraphic characterizes or resembling a seraph or seraphim. Okay, what's that? Seraphim is an angelic being regarded like a Sarah angel in Magic the Gathering. Okay, I get it now. Anybody remember this? I don't know. Anybody? I wish I had kept my old cards there. One of my favorite cards back in the day, huh?
Why are we still here?
Anyway, I digress. An AoE fills his champion's turn meter by 25%, resets the cooldown of the Rage of Nephilim, resets the cooldown of all of his skills if you kill 2 enemies. It's super hard hitting with the critical hit, filling the turn meter is just nuts. And then Rage of Nephilim is a Stone Skin cutter. You can cut through Stone Skin this hit so hard, right? Talking millions of damage, literally millions of damage off the hit. There it is. And hey, if he's the last one to die, he turns into an amazing reviver with a 2-turn block damage. He's got cleanses. He's got a sneaky damage and heal off his A1 as well on his alternate form, and probably one of the best looking designs in this game. Oh my God. Whoever designed this champion, round of applause, please. I mean, that's insane. So who does that leave for number 1? I think the most annoying mythical in the game by far. I'm so sick of this dude. I hate this dude. And it's Nice the Shadow Thief. Yeah, he's that good. He's that good. Anybody who has him or who goes against him incessantly knows what the heck I'm talking about. Why is he so good? On his base form, he has a block revive ability, right? It's a hard-hitting block revive. And again, this is a threat immediately when he's on the battlefield. He could be protected in Stone Skin or whatever. You need to deal with this or you're going to lose somebody out the gate and never get him back, right? He also has, increasing this champion's stats space as well, right? Which is ridiculous. He has a hard-hitting, stealing turn meter ability on his A2. But what makes him number 1 isn't that stuff. It's this stupid, this form. I'm so sick of looking at him. I'm a hater, but I'm just so jealous of people who have this dude. When he's about to die, keeps him alive at 1 HP, and then transfers him into this form. So you think you're going to kill this dude the first time you go against him, and then he turns into this guy, and then he puts a block damage and a counterattack on himself, right? With continuous heals, with a self-cleanse, and the buffs are protected. You can't get rid of them. Block damage, can't get rid of it. Counterattack, can't get rid of it. And then he has Murder of Crows, which has murdered me so many times. It's an AoE nuke that hits so insanely hard. He's HP base with a boatload of HP all of a sudden, right? So he's tanky. He's reviving an ally with 50% HP every time he kills an enemy. All he has to do is breathe on somebody. There's been so many battles where it's just me and my full healthy team against a Nice the Shadow Thief. I can't kill this dude, right? Increases the champion's max HP, defense, speed, resist, and accuracy by 15% for every dead enemy and ally. So everybody else is dead on the team, and you're facing off against this dude with a freaking 45% stat boost, including his speed, right? And then every time he kills anybody, even with his counterattack, he revives the whole rest of the team. I hate this dude so much. He's so powerful, man. He's so powerful. There it is, guys. Those are my top 10 arena champions in every rarity of the game. Who did I mess up on? Who do you agree with me on? Who am I not seeing their full potential? As I mentioned, this is a very tough list, but these are just my champions and my anecdotal experience in the opinion of yours truly. And that's the video. Thank you for watching till the end. Much love, and as always, take care, guys.